All right, so hi guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Laura. Welcome to Pleiadian Healer. So today I want to show you my haul from Tucson Gem Show 2022. Overall, I spent a good 6 to 7 days there, and I pretty much did a live stream every single day, if not even more than a live stream, which kind of kept me afloat because it kept me from spending a whole lot on crystals. And so at the end of the day, this is my very small haul compared to, what other people have at least. And also keep in mind, I actually have to ship all of this to the East Coast. So I'm actually in the process of wrapping it. I got some bubble wrap here. I got like all my bags and everything here. And the lighting is obviously crappy because, this is just the place I'm staying at. So this is like my last night here. I'm trying to bubble wrap as much as I can. And I got some post office boxes as well. So for people who don't know what you do, so just as a suggestion, I got a few of these medium ones. This is a large one. I got like a large or small and two medium ones just to kind of see what, how large they are, how much actually fits in it. It depends on the year when you see this, obviously, but as of 2022, I think a medium flat rate box is around $16.50 to ship, and you can fit probably a lot in it. I would say, if not all of this. I mean, I'll probably divide this up in like two medium-sized boxes with the bubble wrap and everything, just because these are really, really heavy. And I don't want the boxes to kind of, I don't want them to fall through the boxes when they're being transported by USPS. But that's just me. I also like to bubble wrap them extensively. That's kind of how I learned it from the start, because the people I was buying from the beginning, they always put so much bubble wrap around them and all the crystals were really fine. Some people don't bubble wrap them as extensively as I do. So it really depends on how careful you are with your crystals or how much bubble wrap and filled paper and everything you put in it. This is like filled paper you can put into the box too. So those are just like a few logistics for people who are coming from the East Coast or who are coming from other countries maybe. You get the boxes for free at the USPS, but I actually had to go to a few USPS service stations already because at one station they didn't have any of the boxes anymore. I mean, it is Tucson Gem Show and everything. It is the beginning of the show, but for some reason they were already like all out for the day. So let's get to the fun part right here. The first thing that I bought was right after the 22nd Street show. All right. And that's actually all of this, like all of these rose quartz thingies here. So I got this, and if we had a light, maybe you would be able to see it a bit better. They also have, what I really found so cool is that they have these little Brazil stickers on them, so that they're saying, the vendors are from Brazil, the crystals are from Brazil. I think it's super cute. Obviously, you remove them before you sell them or before you display them in your home, but just for me right now, it really doesn't matter, just for the purpose of this video. So I bought this really cool rose quartz sphere. I have to measure it at home. I think it's either a 3.75 or a 4-inch diameter, which is quite large. It might even be a 4.25 or something. I have to measure it, but it is really neat. And this is actually a star rose quartz. So the way they showed it to me in the light that they had over there, you can see several different star patterns in it. And maybe when I unpack these crystals and when I'm back at home on the East Coast, I'll show you exactly what I mean. But so this is actually not a regular rose quartz, but a star rose quartz, which makes it a bit more precious. And usually you can also sell them at a higher price for people who are planning on reselling them. And they were a bit higher in price too, because it was a star rose quartz. From the same vendor, I actually got this one, which is, again, not a regular rose quartz, even though it might look like it in this lighting, but it is a lavender rose quartz. So it's a bit darker than usual. And then here we have a regular rose quartz, and this is my first flame that I bought. This is at almost 700 grams, so more than half a kilo. This is amazing. This is exactly the one I wanted. You always have to be very careful that these tips up here, by the way, you have to wrap them super carefully because you don't want them to break, right? Especially if you want to resell them, you have to wrap them with extra bubble wrap or something. But yeah, this is exactly the flame structure that I wanted. You could see it all over Tucson Gem Show. It is a hype, it seems. It could have been in fashion for a few years already. I'm not sure. It was my first time at Tucson, but this is exactly what I wanted, and I'm so excited for this. So it's quite a handful, right? I don't know how large it is. I'll measure all of these once I'm at home. And yeah, it's quite amazing. So that was my first purchase. And then I'm going to go ahead from a different vendor at the same show, but it was actually inside the tent. I actually got these two lab slabs. And they have a really nice flash, which you can't see so well in this particular lighting again. But this has a really nice pattern on it. And one is actually going to be for my friend because I know she loved it the moment I saw it. And one's going to be for me, or I might resell one of these. I'm not 100% sure yet. So stay tuned for me maybe posting about it on my Instagram or something, because I do think I'm going to resell a few of these. But this has a really nice flash. And they're larger than a hand, you know, so I can barely, they're quite heavy too, so I can barely really hold them. But these would make excellent, you know, book ends. Like if you have like a bookshelf or something, you could just put one here and one here or something like that. I mean, they're obviously more for display, but you can do a lot of things with these kind of lab slabs. I have a lot of labradorite at home already, but more like palm stone structures and other things. So these slabs in particular I thought were really, really cool, and the price was amazing too. From the same vendor, I got my first ammonite, and this is like fossilized, and I made sure there's not like any mud stuck in between these. So I thought these were just so neat as well. They usually come in pairs, but this particular one didn't have one. And it was so funny because everyone was telling me, oh, they usually come in pairs. Where's the other one? I'm like, I don't know. I only see this one. So I just bought a single one. I actually only wanted one too, but usually they do come in pairs because they kind of just go together. And this is the back of it. Really cool. So this is more of a fossil, but it has a bit of a crystal inside of it as well. Okay. And then from the same show, I got this here, the selenite that I was raving about. And this is a Utah selenite. It's super clear. If you hold it up against the sun, you can look through it and everything. These are amazing. I got 3 of these, and I think I might resell 1 or 2 of them too. This actually kind of looks like a crystal city, right? Like a little Atlantic city or something. Super cool. And one of them kind of looks like a hand, and I think I might actually get rid of this one, like just resell it. So if anyone wants to, let me know, because this almost looks like a hand, right? Like if you imagine the fingers are kind of here. I thought it was just a really cool structure. After that, I think I was at Jogs the day after, and I had already seen this lapis lazuli pendant with a Polish vendor at Kino, because they had 2 stands, and I knew I had to get it. So I got it that same day at Jogs, and I actually got it at a good price there too, because it was with a wholesale license and everything at that particular show. As you guys know, if you've seen my live stream. And so this is my first lapis lazuli pendant. I love lapis lazuli. I've already worn it. It's the Egyptian pharaoh stone, or, you know, it's like the king's stone as well. And you can see a bit of pyrite in it. Like if the lighting was better, you could probably see it more. But yeah, these are really cool. And then I got some really nice processed amber. So these actually are golden when you shine a light on them. These are earrings, and then I got a ring too. I was thinking about maybe returning and getting a necklace that fits to it, and then maybe even like a little bracelet or whatever. But I was like, you know, enough is enough. It's okay. If he's there next year again, I'll just buy from him then. If I still want it, I'll give it a year, whether or not I want the additional pieces. But these are pretty cool already. The earrings look great. The ring looks great as well. And he was so nice. So he was like one of the vendors that was right at the front, actually. He was Polish. This one was Polish too. And both Polish vendors actually only took cash. And some people were asking me whether or not, you know, they need to bring cash or whatever. That was the only time that I actually paid for cash for these items. Moving on, Jogs, the same show, I bought this little nice piece of apophyllite. It looks like quartz in this light, but it's actually apophyllite. It has like some structures in it where you can tell it's apophyllite. The vendor was Indian. and also really nice. They had larger pieces, which started at a good price, but I just wasn't into it that much at that point. For me, it was like, I just need a small piece just to see what it does for me. So they do have larger clusters and everything at good prices. And this is actually green apophyllite, which is pretty amazing. I looked it up. It's kind of rare, or I mean, it's more expensive. So I was happy that I actually grabbed a piece of it like this. It kind of looks like glass or plastic or whatever in this light, but it really isn't. You know, when you see it and when you hold it, you can tell that, you know, it's actually like a crystal structure. So that's why I don't really like these type of lightings. Okay, and then trying to figure out, oh yeah, and then I got one of my most favorite items. I got this fluorite sphere at Kino, and I was really raving about it. You know, when I did one of my live streams, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get this. So I got it, and it still has a little sticker on it too. It just says something in Spanish because it's from Mexico. So this is Mexican fluorite. They also had rainbow fluorite spheres and everything. And I guess in hindsight, maybe I should have gotten like an additional one. But you know, you can only get like so and so many. And this was a really nice quality. And I'm really happy I got it because I've been wanting one since 2018 on. On a specific day, I think the day after, I returned to the Pueblo show and got like these two rose quartz rollers. This one is rose quartz. This one's also rose quartz. This actually is a bit clearer, so you can tell here that it's clear. I'm actually going to sell this one, this with the clear one, I believe, or the other one. So I'm going to sell I'm going to sell one of these for sure because I don't need both of them. And then I also have this here, the Gua Sha, and I think I'll actually sell them in a set. So if someone's interested in that, let me know. Might post it on my Instagram this spring. And then I also got this really cool unicorn head, which is so fun, right? These are just so cute. So you can basically just do that, like, you know, not on the bubble wrap. You can just, they're standing up like when it's a specific ground, and yeah, just use it like that or whatever. It's just kind of fun to have around. I thought it was a neat thing. Maybe even if you have children, you can gift it to a child or whatever. I also got this pipe, which I'm going to sell for sure. So this is actually rainbow fluorite. It's pretty cool. I'll post it in better lighting eventually when I'm going to sell these. But yeah, I don't need a pipe like this. I thought it would be cool to have. So that's what's up. From a different vendor at the same show at Pueblo, I got my first Bahia amethyst wand. Bahia is the area it's from in Brazil. So it doesn't mean necessarily anything specific. It's just the area it's from. And I'm planning on doing shamanic healings and everything with this, like AI removals, chip implant removals, everything with this. So I'm really happy I got it because it was just so powerful when I held it. And it really does look like a proper wand, right? So you can tell, yeah, it's quite large. And I mean, they had like, this is one of the smaller ones they had, but for me, it's just doing the purpose right now because I need it because I'm still traveling around a bit, and I can't have it take up too much space. But they had like massive ones too. The only problem that I had with that is, as you can tell, because it's a bit large, just kind of packing it, when you bubble wrap it, it kind of like extends in length too. So I have to figure out, you know, if I were to buy another one, because I still have the morning to maybe shop or whatever, how I would like ship it to somewhere, you know. So that's just something you might have to consider if you're shipping things. And I think that was pretty much it, actually. And then today, so this is already used, at the Mineral City show, I came across this one stand, and this woman gave me this Palo Santo stick. It's real Palo Santo. It's from Ecuador. Already burned it, so it is very real. It's pretty juicy, and it smells amazing. I just had to smell it. So this is just another thing that I got. You know, people overall were like really nice, and sometimes just gifted you stuff and everything too. Not that this stick in particular would be like, you know, hundreds of dollars or whatever, obviously not, but it's just a nice gesture, right? So yeah, I think that was pretty much it. So this is like my haul overall, you know, with this fluorite sphere and all of it. And yeah, I'm quite happy. I mean, I didn't plan on spending this much even, you know. I think my budget was somewhere at around, I don't know, like very low, you know, maybe $100 or so. This obviously cost a bit more than that because of the jewelry too. But I'm quite happy. This is my first Tucson Gem Show, And, you know, I already have like up to 400 crystals at home and everything. So even though I've never been to Tucson Gem Show, I have quite a collection at home. So this was just extra special because you were able to see what the wholesale prices really are like. You were able to get stuff that you maybe wouldn't have gotten necessarily online, you know, like these pipes I hadn't seen in a really long time actually. They were kind of like in fashion in 2017, 2018, and then they kind of went away. Also this ammonite piece, you know, it's just random stuff like that. And then a flame like this, I just thought it was so, so neat. Those were really good prices overall. So this is my haul. I hope you enjoyed it, even though the lighting's not so great, but it gives you an idea of what you can purchase at Tucson, and like just going to different vendors is definitely worth it in my opinion. You know, it took me like 1 or 2 days to finally start shopping, but I was also there all week. So if you only have like 1 or 2 days to be there, I would probably start purchasing the moment you see a good price, because you won't have the time to run from show to show and then back to another show the way I did. And you can also ask the vendor if he wants to go down a bit in price. Sometimes they do. You know, like this one vendor was going down from like 80 per kilo to $60 per kilo when he saw I was about to go to waste. So it's just random stuff like that, you know. And maybe even if you're more attractive and younger looking and a woman, they give you even a better deal as opposed to when you're just different. But I don't know. I mean, it's personal experience, right? Like charisma does play a role, and also how much they like your energy and those kind of things. It's just a typical salesperson position, right? So thank you so much for viewing this haul and also all the live streams, and I hope it helped you, and talk to you very soon. Until then, have a beautiful one and enjoy your Tucson Gem Show experience, whether or not you're going this year or next year or at one point in your life. Bye guys.